you guys are in need of coins for any reason, make sure to check out cheapmaddencoins.com. Use code Mike at checkout for 10% off. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Thank you very much, very much for clicking on today's video. First off, I just want to say the support on yesterday's NFL video was kind of insane. If this is something you guys actually like and think I should do periodically over the week or maybe over the next couple months, let me know down in the comment section, and most importantly, drop a like on today's video. I really don't ask for likes until the very end, but I want to gauge and see how many people actually enjoy me doing videos like this. If there's topics to talk about, I will do it. So if you want to see more, okay, drop a like. So I wanted to do a video on the AFC Championship game, but I didn't really want to just do the basic like, oh, these refs suck, this is terrible, we need to change this, like I pretty much did in the last video. So I took a more in-depth look at what exactly was wrong with that game. And I think it boiled down to one simple fact, and that is that the overtime, it just wasn't enough, if you guys know what I mean. Like, it wasn't enough. As an NFL fan, you want to have as much football as possible. And when you get an overtime, you're like, oh my God, this is incredible free football. But when that overtime ended, I was sitting there thinking to myself, okay, what next? What's Mahomes gonna do? But for some reason, the NFL has a rule that states that the first touchdown in an overtime essentially ends the game. It's over. Whoever scores the first touchdown wins. And that sounds like a great rule, don't get me wrong, it does. But when the entire determination of who gets the ball first is based on a coin flip, I don't really like that. I think it brings too much luck and too much randomness in determining who can essentially win the game, because someone like Patrick Mahomes is an unbelievable quarterback. Tom Brady, we all know what that guy can do. Everybody was in my room and we were watching the video and we were all thinking to ourselves, right when Tom Brady got the coin toss, and I think they guessed heads, and it was heads, yeah, this game's over. This game is absolutely over. Tom Brady won. The game is 100% over. This guy doesn't mess up. Patrick Mahomes lost, and he's not even gonna get the ball. Not only did Tom Brady, what I felt like, had a pretty darn good game, that overtime sealed it. That was kind of like his little stamp on the game. He really turned it on. He had a couple nice throws in overtime, really great play calling overall from the New England Patriots, and the game was just over. Tom Brady didn't make a mistake, and that's kind of what happens. Mahomes didn't even get a shot. And I think as an NFL fan, and more importantly, as a potential competitor in the NFL, not me per se, but somebody like a Patrick Mahomes, you gotta want a chance. You want an ability to be able to match something like that. And I'm gonna get into the reasons why I think that this should change. So taking a look at a bunch of major sports here, you have the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, and then I'm gonna look more specifically at World Cup soccer or football, whichever you want to say. So the overtime rules for the NBA is a 5-minute overtime. That's it. Whoever has more points at the end of that overtime wins the game. Plain and simple. Each team has an opportunity to score points. If you look at the NHL playoffs, there is one 5-minute overtime, and if the winner isn't determined by the end of that overtime, there is a shootout. Again, each team has an opportunity to score points. I think the MLB is the best example. There's just extra innings. The game continues to go on until there is a winner. There is no tie, which maybe that's something I'll get into in another video, but I really just hate ties in professional sports. There is a top of an inning and there is a bottom of an inning. I don't need to sit here and explain basic baseball rules, but essentially both teams get a shot on offense, swinging the bat to score runs. They both get a shot, an opportunity. Taking a look at World Cup soccer. Now, this is a new rule. I looked this up. Okay, I might be wrong. Please hope to God that I'm not wrong, but there is two 15-minute halves. There's no more golden goal rule, which essentially means the first person to score, the game is over. But even in looking at the golden goal rule, both teams have an opportunity to get the ball. If you play best defense, you can get the ball back easily. The ball changes possessions a lot quicker and a lot easier than it would in football. But now there's no more golden goal rule. There's two 15-minute halves. If the game is not determined by the end of those halves, there's a shootout. Again, both teams getting an opportunity to score. I'll even bring up kind of a funny example. If you guys ever play like half-court shots, you're shooting hoops and something like that, and someone shoots a half-court shot and they make it, you're like, oh, let me get a shot to match it. And almost every single time, it's like, okay. A lot of the times, there's always an opportunity to match the score. There's always an opportunity to do it. Now, something I see a lot of people talk about is, oh, we should do college football rules. Now, I don't necessarily agree with college football rules, but I do like the fact that both teams get an opportunity to score a touchdown. I don't really like the fact that you start at, I want to say, like the 25-yard line, because I feel like that kind of negates defense. So I like to be more of a fair and a balanced game with offense and defense. So maybe a couple tweaks to that are what the rules should be, but like I said, I think both teams should get an opportunity. We wanted to see Patrick Mahomes go back out there and at least have a chance to tie Tom Brady. And also, I feel like I should say this, like, this is a compliment. This is like one of the biggest compliments you could possibly give to Tom Brady. He is so good and so clutch that we literally want to change the rule for him. We want to change the rule so that that doesn't happen anymore. So Patriots fans, if you're mad, if you're like, oh, you're crying, whatever, all right, I get it, okay? He's so good that we want to change the rule. That is what it is. So to end this video, really what I believe should happen is I believe that each team should get an opportunity to score a touchdown. Field goals are still a thing, okay? They're still a thing, but let's say somebody chooses heads and the toss is heads. They get the ball, they score a touchdown. Well, guess what? The game is not over. The other team gets an opportunity to match that touchdown. That's all they need. They just need to match the touchdown. Now, taking a look at what would happen after that, that is kind of interesting. Then maybe, is it the first team to score a field goal after that? Is it the first team to score a touchdown after that? Or do you just continue to do the matching situation? I'm not exactly sure. But one thing I am sure of is that the rules need to be changed. It has to be changed. It's just a more fun game to watch. You have to adapt with all the other sports. Okay, well, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And guys, I will see you in my next upload. Peace.